Wine to Five is partially funded by Albarello Luxury Hand Soap, an unscented must-have accessory for anyone who loves wine, cooking, and food. For more information, visit albarellosoap.com.
It's not 5 o'clock, and they don't care. Welcome to Wine to Five. Entertainment, education, and everyday drinking for everyday people. Your hosts are Valerie Caruso and Stephanie Davis, two wine educators who don't need a clock to know when to pour that next glass.
Welcome to Wine to Five, episode 74, everybody. Can you tell that Steph and I are still geeking out together in the same place and generating a lot of collaborative excitement?
Oh yeah, we are still sipping New Zealand wine together, and this week we're bringing some more fun facts. New Zealand seriously is so kick-ass, and it is a beautiful wine-producing country at the bottom of the wine world, and we are bringing you more info.
Oh my gosh, so this week we have two beautiful wines that are estate-bottled examples of some of New Zealand's finest offerings. One is from the North Island, and one is from the South Island. For example, in my glass is the Villa Maria Taylor's Pass Marlborough what?
Chardonnay.
That's right. Bet you thought I was going to say Sauvignon Blanc, didn't you? No, it's a Chardonnay. And what? Yes, Marlborough on the South Island produces other things besides Sauvignon Blanc. And most of you may know and love it, but we'll get to that in a minute. This 2011 Chardonnay is from one single vineyard, and the vineyard is called Taylor's Pass. It lies on the north bank of the Awatere River in Marlborough, and it was barrel fermented and aged for 8 months in oak. So what does that mean? That means a little more creaminess, a little more roundness, and some nuttiness and spice to go along with the lovely tropical flavors. I don't know, Steph, your nose is in this glass right now.
Oh, I'm swirling and loving on this, you know. I was just saying that this is like a Chardonnay that I just could have all the time. I love this Chardonnay. It's not overly oaky. It's smooth, and, I mean, it's got still nice acidity, and, yeah.
This is the red lipstick and pearls at a party. You know, elegance, classic. You know, I think of that Taylor Swift song. I got that red-lipped classic thing that you like. I don't know if that's really what she's saying, but that's what I sing along to in my car. But that's this. This wine is Lady in Red lipstick and pearls.
I'm leaning in towards the microphone, but the wine makes me want to sit back and relax.
I know.
You know, it's just lovely.
So lay that red on us.
Okay, so the red is the Destiny Bay 2010 Destiny.
Oh.
And
sorry.
That was Val having the nose experience there in the glass. And it is from Waiheke Island, located on the North Island's northern half, okay? Right up there, close to the top. It's a Bordeaux-style blend of 40% Cabernet Sauvignon, 31% Merlot. Then it's got a little bit of Cab Franc, Malbec, and Petit Verdot. It is a highly prized wine that is gaining a lot of popularity, and Val and I are so honored to share the experience with you on the show, because this bottle sells for about $75 to $100. It is striking.
It is. I mean, it is just jumping out of the glass, which I found, it's a 2010. So, yeah. I mean, I expected it to need to, you know, it's been sleeping for 6 years. It wants to open up a little.
It's very expressive.
It was like, no, I ain't got time to open up. Pull that cork, I'm out, I'm in the glass, I'm out of the glass, all up, you know, aromatics. I mean, my nose was like 2 inches from the glass, and I can get those aromas.
But it has a softness about it.
It really does. It's the woman at the party that everybody notices. Maybe not red lipstick and pearls. She's a little more bold, but she's not obnoxious.
She's like the woman who has like an outfit on that's really sexy but not trashy.
Right.
Maybe a brunette.
Maybe like a tux. You know, like ladies in tuxes.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that sexy?
That is sexy. I like that.
Yeah.
Well, let's go over one more little bit of a factoid about Waiheke Island. It is the most densely populated island in New Zealand and now has the status of one of the best destinations for vacay.
What?
I know, so people are traveling there. It has gotten a lot of hype, so, you know, maybe add that to your New Zealand list.
God, yeah.
Val.
I mean, it's not too far from Auckland either, is it?
No.
So, I mean, that's where you fly into for the most part. So, yeah, I think New Zealand is extremely interesting, but unfortunately, we never get to hear about some of these really excellent wines, or we rarely get to taste them, because we always hear about New Zealand's famous Sauvignon Blanc, and that's what everybody thinks of.
Yep.
All right? It's true that, and here comes a factoid palooza, 58% of the vines, according to NewZealandWine.com, are actually Sauvignon Blanc, followed by Pinot Noir with 15%. Aromatics, think of your Rieslings, Gewürztraminers, those are 10%. Chardonnay, 9%. And full-bodied reds, like what we're drinking now, maybe just 5% of the plantings, even though they're growing. They're planting more Merlot and places like Gisborne and things like that. But New Zealand actually produces less than 1% of the world's wines.
I think that's like wow.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. I thought it was more than that. I totally
thought too, because of all this, this export of their Sauvignon Blanc. But they're, of course, Pernod Ricard, New Zealand dominates and produces about 50% of New Zealand's wines, which is crazy. Brancott, you may remember that brand is the leading brand, of course. And it's no wonder that everybody defaults to Sauvignon Blanc when they think of New Zealand. Because who can forget the wine that put New Zealand on the wine map and into glasses in 1985?
No, right. Cloudy Bay.
Yeah, Cloudy Bay Sauvignon Blanc. And incidentally, they also own Pelorus, which is a beautiful sparkling wine. And while I'm at it, New Zealand produces lovely, classic method sparkling wine.
Gosh, if I have had one, maybe, because I just don't see it often.
Were you in that class? I want to say, was it Cameron Douglas? Is that his name? It's Master Sommelier from New Zealand. It's sparkling wines in Seattle.
Oh, no.
Gorgeous wines. And that's what really woke me up to, again, Society Wine Educators, man, this is where we learn this stuff. But that's what woke me up to New Zealand sparklers. But I thought that was really interesting. And another interesting thing, and again, why you think New Zealand, Marlborough, Sauvignon Blanc, 80% of New Zealand exports are what, Steph?
Sauvignon Blanc.
That's right. The largest growing region and the most well-known is Marlborough, which is where the Chardonnay is from, and it contains 90% of all New Zealand vine plantings.
I know, that is amazing. That's mind-boggling.
So we're not dissing the Sauvignon Blanc. I mean, it's what we love it when it shows up on a blind tasting, because again, it jumps out of the glass and says, hey, what's up? I'm here.
Yeah, and if you offer me a New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc, I will enjoy it.
I will too, absolutely. But there are so many other treasures from this beautiful country, as we've tasted in these last 2 episodes. We can't forget Central Otago Pinot Noir.
Yes.
Varietal wines from international grapes, like what we're drinking right here, like Merlot and Cabernet, and from Hawke's Bay. But there are some other interesting factoids about New Zealand wine we're going to lay on you in this really, really short episode, because we got some vacay to get to. As for licensing, you've heard us talk about that on the show before, the liquor laws and things. It wasn't until 1990 that New Zealand could sell wine in the grocery stores.
Yeah, that was pretty recent.
Very recent, and they couldn't sell beer until 1999.
It's so strange.
And we're the opposite here.
Yeah.
We're fixing that with this silly 3.2 beer thing in Colorado. I'm like, whatever. But we're fixing that. But they also widely adopted the use of screw cap in 2001, and there's something called the Screw Cap Initiative. They actually have screw cap symposiums. Yeah, absolutely. Now, 99% of the bottles there do use screw caps, and it's still a controversial topic, but we've linked up a cool article about this by Jamie Good, and he talks about how the screw cap's actually been around since the 50s and was actually invented by a Frenchman.
Yeah, and I didn't know that.
I didn't either. So we also have a video of Jamie Good tasting some New Zealand Syrah, because we couldn't resist, and nobody ever talks about Syrah coming out of New Zealand.
No, I mean, let alone Carmenere, like we talked about in our last episode.
Yeah, so I think, if anything, from this really short episode of Wine to Five, probably our record short episode, we want you to take away is there is so much out there to try from this beautiful country that your hashtag W25 opportunities are just endless.
Yes.
Endless.
And, if you can't find it at the restaurant that you're dining at, go tell your favorite purveyor, hey, I would like to try some interesting New Zealand wines that are not Sauvignon Blanc.
Yeah. Or go to K&L. They had a producer on there. I want to say it was Tawara. I can't remember the producer. It was like they were the direct importer of this source. And there was only so many of these bottles made. So you can actually go to K&L. Yeah, online and order some really fun. I've got a New Zealand, now that I think about it, Pinot Noir down there that I ordered for John. A very, very nice. It was like a $65 bottle, I think, but got it for him as a surprise, and it's something we're going to open this fall to celebrate our 5 years together.
And that's what's nice about New Zealand wines. They really have more And I wouldn't say luxury, but they do have stylish wines that are not mass produced. So you get something very exceptional quality.
Right. And you did say that they don't have like a Central Valley or a bulk producing region, so to speak. You guys, if you've tried one, definitely let us know. Hashtag W25Challenge.
Yeah.
Let us know about that.
Yeah.
So
or burning wine question.
Burning wine question. Hey guys, this is so-and-so in New Zealand, and you're totally freaking wrong. We have box wine, and it's delicious, so we want to let you know about it. So please, educate us as well. We're all learning together.
And since we're wrapping this up and having a super short show, we want to say applause, applause. To the wineries represented in this episode, Via Maria and Destiny Bay. And again, thank you to Celia Hay, who hooked us up with these beautiful wines, and the Society of Wine Educators for bringing us all together.
Absolutely.
And there you have it. So thank you, everybody. I hope you enjoyed our New Zealand series. You can connect with Val on Twitter at WineGalUnboxed and on the Vino with Val Facebook page and on Instagram as Vino with Val. And you can find me on Twitter at Albarello Soap and on the Albarello Soap Facebook page and YouTube.
And you can find us on our Wine to Five website with all those fun videos and linky links and pictures and things that you don't see here in the podcast. We're at www.winetwofive.com, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, YouTube, Google+. Also, if you want to build your collection of wine books and accessories like Go Vino, unfortunately we cannot sell alcohol in our online store, please go check it out. It's also on our website. There's a tab. Fun things that we love loaded in there. If there's something you want to see in our store, let us know. We'll pop it in there for you. We also hope that you will boy, we're being bossy. Do this, do that. Click here, subscribe, and share. Yes. Share Wine to Five with your friends, with your online community. We certainly appreciate all your involvement, all your feedback. Leave us a burning wine question. Comment on SpeakPipe while you're at it. Go to iTunes. Please, please, please show us some love there in the form of a glowing iTunes review, like a real one, so other wine lovers can discover our fun W25 community. And one more thing, please don't forget to use hashtag W25Challenge when you are trying new wines and drinks, because we would like you to come on, pick a topic, and co-host the show with us.
Yeah.
So until next week.
Cheers.
Cheers. Yummy.
Thank you for listening to the Wine to Five podcast. Be sure to check us out at Facebook/WineTWO5 and tune in next week for more fun and useful sip tips.